So you're seeing it both with the radar and with the infrared, and that tells you that there is something out there.
Pretty hard to spoof that.
The 2019 footage obtained by filmmaker Jeremy Corbell, who last month released another video of an upside-down pyramid UFO hovering above a Navy destroyer.
This is part of a much larger series of events that we're going to be learning about.
That's correct, Chris. In 2004, I was the Chief Master at Arms on board the USS Princeton, and the technology that we witnessed with the Tic Tac was something that we would not have been able to defend our forces against at the time.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ask a Paranormal Investigator. My name is Matt. I'm a paranormal investigator, and I know what you're thinking. What is up with that hair? Anybody with a haircut like that is just not going to get any credibility. Let's face it. So let's talk about this. This has been huge in the news. It's been viral. I mean, the videos that they're showing have been out for years. Yes, we've seen them before. But now the Pentagon is confirming that these videos are real. Now, I think that that's being mistaken a bit. That's like if I were to hold up a photo and say this is a real photo, but it's not saying anything about what's in the photo. You know, it just doesn't really work. Here's the problem. You've got the only people coming forward on this are the pilots. And for years, it's kind of been pushed that pilots are some sort of expert observers. But I know quite a few pilots, and one pilot in particular that will tell you that no, pilots are human beings who have their own beliefs, their own ideas about things, and they misinterpret things all the time. They don't go through special training to spot UFOs. They don't really go through special training to spot things that are particular to aerial maneuvers. There was, for example, a broadcast several years ago about UFOs taking off in Denver. And it was pretty easy to see from the video that these were just bugs flying around that were flying in front of the guy's camera. But he saw these close-up objects that were blurry as actually being very far away UFOs that were flying all kinds of different directions. They were bugs, but they brought on a pilot. And him being this expert on aerial vehicles said, wow, there's nothing like that we have on Earth. It's got to be aliens.
It's not a bird.
Keep going up and up and up.
It's not a plane.
Here it's flipping around.
Even this aviation expert is mystified.
I can't identify it.
No, you're not an expert in bugs is what the problem is. They need a bug expert to come on and go, yeah, those are bugs. But in this particular case, I can't say that these pilots are the experts that they need to be looking at these.
Okay, one last time. These are small, but the ones out there are far away.
We don't have enough information. That's the bottom line, is we're looking at this and we're all going, what are we seeing here? You know, you got a bunch of pilots going, wow, if these are aerial vehicles that are being controlled by some sort of intelligence, then they are beyond our capability. But everybody seems to be ignoring that little if at the beginning of that statement. There is something that's bugged me about this, because you had this expert say this phrase.
I was just going to say, if they're as smart as we think they are, then I think we're kind of silly thinking that we can guess their motives.
And years ago, when I was on Larry King Live debating two buffoons, one of them uttered this phrase.
Well, I think it's pure speculation to try to second guess
alien motivations.
That was a little too similar for my liking. We can second guess what alien intelligence would do. And alien intelligence wouldn't be here to be caught being a peeping Tom in some dude's window, for one. It doesn't add up. So if I can make that assumption, that a vast, intelligent, very technologically advanced race probably didn't come to Earth to be caught as peeping Toms, by the same notion here, we can sort of guess that there are only a few reasons that aliens would be behaving this particular way. We're going to have a set of probabilities there. Stephen Hawking had made assumptions on this. Carl Sagan had made assumptions on this. I'm not going to personally make assumptions on it because I'm not that smart. But I will say that, I think within an amount of reason, we can sort of determine what, some alien motivations would be based on their actions. But we're not really seeing any actions here. We're not seeing any aliens here. There's not enough information. But I do think it's wrong for these so-called experts to come onto TV and start talking about the aliens. We can't second guess the aliens. And they obviously have technology far above ours, and we're outclassed and we're vulnerable because of the aliens. There's no evidence for aliens, so they shouldn't even be a part of the conversation at this point. Definitely more information is needed. We have a lack of information, so stop it. So one thing that we do have enough information for is that if you click the like button and if you subscribe, you can be notified when there are new episodes coming out. And that's pretty rock solid. That's something we can depend on, especially if you click the notification bell as well. So there are certain things we can rely on and certain things we can believe. But I have to take a step back and say, what is up with that hairdo? I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you guys again on the next Ask a Paranormal Investigator.